Oh boy, imagine this with me. If your partner and mother are drowning and you could only save one, who would you save? Tough questions for us today as we enter the chaos episode. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to an episode of the Lim Kopi podcast. My name is Kok Hao, and I am really excited to be back here once again. And this time round, we have another international guest with me. And let's get down to today's episode. So, hi, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Nick. What else should I say?
So okay, so for this episode, right, do I call you as Nick or do I call you as Nicholas?
Up to you, actually.
Up to you, yeah.
Up to
Or
you.
should I call you from the Discord, Nico?
Can also. Because I have too many names to remember.
So what other names do you have then?
If from work, I have people who called the phone and was on the phone and then called me, like Jennifer, either like phone or messages or text messages, emails. Jennifer, Jonathan, what else? There were a lot. Like Nicole, the ladies one.
Okay.
What else? Stephanie,
Stephanie.
Nike, Nike.
Wait, but is there a reason why people call you all these weird names or not?
No, for no reason at all.
So they just can't remember your name lah, basically.
Yes. Oh, I remember the last one was Nigel. This person was like, I remember your name starts with an N, but I just can't remember what is it. It could be Nigel.
So you were so happy for 1 second and you're disappointed the next second.
I'm just like used to it.
So okay lah. I think I will just call you as Nicholas for this episode.
Sure.
So maybe I just want to just introduce you a little bit. I got to know you through a Discord server. In case if you don't know what is this Discord server, this Discord server is called the Takeaway Table, and I'm pretty sure there's gonna be quite a number of people from the server watching this now. So hi, so welcome to the podcast. This is the very first person from the Discord server. He's just posing there. Yes, this is the very first person from the Discord server coming in to really make the appearance and just to say hi with me and to, record an episode with us. Now, before we get down to today's episode, maybe just want to share a little bit about our favorite drink through this segment called the Kopi Talk segment. And usually, like Nicholas, wherever we have like all this guests and everything, we will usually encourage them to bring their favorite drinks lah. So for today, what do you have for your side?
I actually have this red color thing. It's actually a mixture of I bought this. This thing is
That's not wine, right?
no, it's not wine. It's not wine. It's pomegranate. Something like a cider. You just mix with water. You can also mix it with milk to make it be like a yogurt, or you can mix it with beer or things like that. And
Oh wow.
yeah,
Okay. So I'm coming over to see you very soon. I want to drink that, man, so badly. Please let me try.
I'll definitely get it because it's not hard. It's not very easy to find it on the market because most of the places I go, they don't sell it. I have to find particular ones to have it.
So you drink that in like a regular basis lah.
Yeah, once in a while. Whenever possible, I'll just brew it. I'll just put some water in and then I'll just pour in another portion of it. And yeah,
Is it like very strong, the alcoholic itself?
it's not alcoholic.
It sounded like alcoholic. Because
It's not
it's cider,
alcoholic.
isn't it?
It's cider. It's cider, but it's not really alcoholic. It's like vinegar. Vinegar. More like vinegar.
Apple cider lah.
Something like that.
Something like that lah. Okay. I get it. Because I had this impression that it looks like something that's alcoholic and it sounded very strong.
It's a plastic bottle.
No, I don't mean that strong. Okay. So that's all you brought for you today?
I have another one.
Oh wow,
Hey.
yogurt. Wait, that's Yakult, sorry.
Yakult.
Wow, it's been a while since I drank Yakult.
I wanted to get another one also. I have another drink that I like as well. Another two more drinks actually. One is Vitagen. I'm not sure if Singaporeans know.
Yes, we do know what is Vitagen. Yes.
Ah, good. And then there's this other drink that I love it since my childhood. That's called Kikapo.
Yes. We have Kikapo as well. So wherever Malaysia have, Singapore probably has it also.
Malaysia 2.0.
No lah, okay lah. Well, that's a lot of favorite drinks of yours. But what will you choose as your most favorite out of the four of them?
Out of the four, actually, my preference is still the vinegar or cider type.
Cool. For today, I'm much more simple. I just brought like sugarcane juice. I bought it from like a local, like those hawker center lah. So I just bought it and then just want to drink it lah. So I bought it from this morning. Then now it's like no more ice already. Now it's just the actual sugar cane. So now it tastes a
Sugar
little.
cane with diluted ice.
Yeah, no more ice already. So now it's just sugar cane itself. Yeah, but before we start, let's just cheers to each other lah.
Wait. And open this.
Choose your poison.
Choose whatever I want to drink.
Yes, choose your
Yam
poison.
sing.
Yam sing.
Cling.
I can't do it so near because the camera's so far from me. Very good. So nice to like just drink sugar cane at this like rainy day because it's quite rainy right now in Singapore. So just very nice for me lah. It's very cooling also.
It was just raining lah here in Malaysia.
Really?
It was just raining only. I think it ended. My room is like I don't really see the sun, so I don't know what's the weather right now. But I'll assume that the rain has stopped.
Very good. Keep it that way. Keep it cooling. Okay, let's get down to today's topic of the episode. In case if you didn't hear from the intro, we are going to talk about dilemmas. And dilemmas is something that I think not just for me and Nicholas, I mean everybody out there has probably experienced in their lifetimes lah. Whether it's something that it's simple, like maybe when you wake up in the morning, do you press the snooze button? That's a very simple dilemma itself already. Or do you really save somebody? That's another dilemma by itself. So it can be very simple ones or it can be a very extreme one. So maybe before we get down to like the different questions that I'm going to ask my guest and myself, maybe we just want to define what is dilemma. So what do you think a dilemma is to you?
Difficult choices to choose.
Difficult choice. So basically choosing between chaos and chaos.
Between A and B, both may or may not have different results. May or may not have different results. Sometimes it's a first world problem that's like, what's to eat for lunch or for dinner? What is the next meal? Either you go for fried stuff or you go for soup, Chinese, Western, things like that. Or there is another case like, oh, should I go for this job? Should I not go for that job?
Correct. But I think also for me is that it makes it very hard, especially because when you're in the pandemic, right, you face a lot of dilemmas, even something that is simple as booking flight for me, because I am actually going to KL very soon. So this is just one real life case, for example, for dilemma. I wanted to book my flights to KL, and I want to book it like as early as possible of course, because I booked it from a certain date to another date. But if I book it on this day, right, it's so much more expensive. But if I book a few days later, it's actually so much cheaper. And when I mean so much cheaper, as in it's 1/3 the pricing. So I was like wondering, right, do I make the choice of booking the more expensive flight? I can see like my friends, I can see my loved ones, I can enjoy my holiday much more earlier, or do I book it later but have lesser time for all of this? So that is one very interesting dilemma that I was facing. And in case if you're wondering what I picked, I basically picked the other one lah. I mean, I no money lah. Singapore life very expensive,
Hey, hello, your currency is a lot better than Malaysia.
That's not the point. Regardless of the exchange rate, it's still expensive lah to even go overseas and everything. I think it's important to save as much as possible if we can lah. But how about you? Like, is there like anything that you've experienced besides just not too sure what to eat for lunch and all that?
Other than that, a few days ago, I just got an invitation for a friend's wedding, but this friend's wedding is somewhere else. It's not in where I am at. I'll need to book a flight. I'll need to book for a place to stay. So for me, it's like, should I or should I not go over there? So this was something that I'm currently figuring out. Perhaps in the next few days, I'll take some time to think about it.
Is this in Malaysia itself, or is it somewhere further than Malaysia?
Still in Malaysia. Still in
in
Malaysia.
Malaysia. So
Just that I
basically,
need to cross the seas.
oh, so it's in the East Malaysia, right?
Yep. Yep.
Because I think it's very difficult. Is it, for example, like for me, I wanted to travel to Sabah, but I can't because the current restrictions is making it so impossible to travel there. So I have to make a compromise and I have to like just maybe go KL lor, I guess. I mean, that's the next nearest to me lah. Yeah, I was considering Batam as well, but I mean, KL is better choice anyway. But I mean, there's so much dilemmas that we face every day in our lives, and it's very difficult to choose between, like, according to the definition, right? It's a situation where which a difficult choice has to make between two or more alternatives, especially ones that is equally undesirable. So it's like you don't know what to choose, but at the same time, like whichever you choose is basically very bad already lah.
It's either both are good or both are bad, or one is good, one is bad.
But I think it's also like one has its own consequence, but another one has its another consequence by itself lah. So maybe like to get us into the mood of like dilemmas, maybe we'll get down to like different questions that I have actually set up for the both of us. It's gonna be ranging from easy to hard, and we have answered like the easy questions for the first part, and the second part will answer the harder questions, the ones that I would say is the real chaos. So the one that you will basically, Nicholas will love it the most. Like he's doing all that stupid expression he's doing.
I'll do this.
No. Yeah, that's the reason why I invited you, because I know you love chaos. So you will sure talk about all the weird stuff already, which I think you'll be providing a very interesting perspective to all of this lah. So let's get down to the questions. I have a very first simple question for you. Would you report an accident if you're running late?
Who got the time to do so? I would lah, after if I'm like free and all. Then not immediately.
But then right, if you report it when if you're free already, the accident has long gone already. Would it be effective by then? I think my question was asking you like, at the moment, would you report it?
时间赶到这样 rush hour. You're like, oh my goodness, I'm late already. Aya, 青菜 lah, just go ahead with do whatever I need to do lah. I won't report it immediately.
That's interesting. So will you bank on the idea that somebody else, a passerby, might report the accident instead?
I don't mind.
I think for me is that I would report it lah.
What's
I
so
wouldn't.
good?
No, it's not about being so good. As in, so I tell you the good reason why. So when you report the accident, when you're running late, when you're reaching the destination, right? When people ask you why you late, say, oh, I was reporting an accident.
Oh, this is a very smart choice.
It's a very smart choice. But then for me, it's because, right, one of my biggest pet peeve is being late in the first place. So I would very unlikely I'll be reaching this problem lah. But if this happens to me, right, I would rather report the accident, not because I'm running late, but because I think as a human being, right, I will feel very bad to see there's an accident there, right, and I don't report it at the first place.
Why not you, when you see the accident, then you just like set fire to the whole scene? Well, that's what I might do.
Hello, it's the first question only and you're choosing chaos. Set fire to the rain. Okay. Another question. Would you rather be rich and alone or poor and happy?
Wow, this one. If you take the current state of what I am in right now, I'm not like very, very rich and I'm not like very, very poor. But
so middle income lah.
Yeah, middle income. I'm still surviving and all. I'm still happy with whatever I have. So I'd rather be in this complacent state of still having my sanity, being happy, and still being able to wreak havoc whenever possible.
Interesting. So you prefer to be a bit poor than to be rich lah.
If I can be rich, then I don't mind lah.
But the question is that if you're rich, then you will be feeling alone lah.
If I'm rich, then everyone wants to get my money.
So technically, you're not alone. Because everybody wants to find you for the money.
Everyone wants my money only, they don't want me.
I think there was this one quote that I stumbled upon recently was that when you are poor, right, it's easier to get happy because anything you receive is what you want.
And you'll be content.
And you'll be easily contented. But when you are rich, you have all the things in the world and there's nothing for you to upgrade to.
Upgrade from iPhone 12 to iPhone 13.
Hey, hello, iPhone 14 coming soon, you know.
Or never mind lah, same thing.
Same lah, same lah. So if you're coming from iPhone 8, please upgrade.
7. I'm using 7.
You still 7
Yes. Still functioning until it dies, hopefully. I don't know when. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed.
You can consider iPhone 14 coming soon, September.
No. I want it cheap. I don't want to sell my kidney. I don't want to sell my kidney.
I mean, you have 2 kidneys also, right?
I don't mind selling people's kidneys, but don't sell mine. I'll keep mine.
Hello, later you say this kind of stuff, later I get banned.
Oops.
Okay, let's get down to more questions. I think this is also very applicable for the both of us. Would you answer urgent work message on a weekend late into the night? So right now, okay, for example, right now it's Sunday, right? As I'm recording this with you.
Yeah.
Suddenly, like in the night, right, you receive a message from your boss. Oh, Nicholas, I got something. I want you to do a report. Tomorrow morning, first thing in the morning, must submit. Would you ignore the message or will you say yes, sir, I will do it?
Actually, it depends for me. I've actually done work at night before. There were some urgent matters to attend to. So I'll just straight up do it. Then the next day, I won't have to worry anything.
Okay, so you prefer to like have a good night's sleep lah than to ignore your messages lah.
I've been ignoring a lot of messages. Just that these are not from my boss. If it's from my boss, I won't ignore it. I'll try to do it as soon as I can. As soon as I can. With some conditions. As soon as I can. Then I'll...
So now I know you're a very responsible worker.
I try.
Very good. This Nicholas, very good. Can recommend him for different jobs next time.
I try.
I think for me is that I believe on boundaries lah. Because I think when I started my work, not to complain that my work is very hectic, but I think that sometimes when hit deadlines itself from clients, some clients can be quite unreasonable lah. So they expect you to like do up a change as soon as possible, but they need to realize that because I'm working on multiple projects, it's not possible for me to do that lah. And this is sometimes it comes on the expense of, you know, a lot of sleepless nights sometimes. And through all of this question has actually placed a lot of importance to me. Because I want to make sure that when I get rest, I really want to rest. But when I work hard. But then again, right, like I mentioned, whether it's an urgent work message, it kind of depends on how urgent is urgent. If I know that I can finish up that work first thing in the morning when I wake up, then sure, I would rather do that. But if I know that it's impossible and I cannot ignore this, then I will do this. But I think this comes with a consequence because sometimes like a lot of my friends or sometimes loved ones especially, they may not be understanding towards my line of work because they always ask me, why is your work so hectic? I tell them, it's not me, it's the clients.
Well, it comes with a price.
Yeah, it comes with a price. Like my work can be flexible because it's all heavily dependent on the client's timeline. If the timeline is very tight, then yes, I have to accommodate to the timeline. But if the timeline is not very tight, then sure. I mean, I can be very free. That doesn't mean like I can be, you know, playing games and everything, but I have to always constantly, you know, upgrade myself, you know, looking at tutorials and all of that. So that's one way that I always do it. So if I have nothing better to do, I will always like try to find new things to do. To answer my question, it depends on how urgent the message is.
Why not you just like hire a hitman and shoot them down? Then you don't need to do anything.
Or in your words, maybe a secretary lah.
Secretary expensive, but if you get a hitman, then
it's cheaper.
Well, you won't have to worry anymore.
Okay, cool. I have another question. I'm not too sure about your dating life. You know, in dating, there's this thing called ghosting. Have you heard of it? Okay.
Yeah.
So my question is that would you rather ghost in dating or be honest to your date that it's not working out?
This is not an easy question to answer.
Oh, trust me, there'll be more difficult questions.
I know.
You know, I crafted these questions to make sure there is increasing order of difficulty.
Well, I think I just go straight ahead to say that, hey, I don't think this is working out. At least talk about it. If not, then nothing can happen.
Even if the person is weird and everything.
Even if the person is weird, like, oh, sorry, goodbye. Sorry and goodbye, at least it's like good enough.
You rather like at least explain that I'm enough, I'm done with this. Bye bye.
I'm done with you. Not I'm done with this. I'm done with you.
So okay, wait, I'm not too sure like how are you in the dating space, but have you experienced people who ghost you, or at least like in other like aspects of life, like for example like friends or whatever or colleagues when they ghost you? Like, do you think that's the appropriate way of doing things, or do you think there could be better ways to deal with it?
I think I've personally and accidentally ghosted on people because like sometimes when things suddenly happen, sometimes I have bad stomach issues. So I'll be in the washroom or I'll be sick. So I'll just be MIA. I won't appear. I'll just literally really ghost my friends when they've like asked me out for meals and all. I have a few recent ones that I accidentally ghosted my friend. I think two of these friends. I took a nap and then I woke up. We were supposed to have dinner at 2 hours before this. And then, hey, I woke up late and my friend was waiting for me for like, what, 2 hours?
Wow,
Yeah.
2 hours.
Hey, I went to sleep. I needed my nap. But at least I told my friend like, oh, I'm going to nap first. Give me a moment. I'll probably wake up at this time. Then that time has passed.
Ayo, then the friend must have felt so sad.
Never mind lah. It's not like I've never experienced it before, and it's not that don't know what's happening lah. Probably they might know it after many hours, just that some of them might not know immediately lah if I were to ghost them. I've personally experienced other types of ghostings, like friends. I've texted them or like I've tried to call them, then they just went missing, and for totally like more than a few months, you won't be able to reach the fella. Out of the blue, you might see the fella like pass by, cross the streets or something like that. I'm like, what the heck? I text you so many times, I call you so many times. What are you doing? What have you been doing?
Okay, to be fair, at least you see the person. But talking about those people who you don't see at all. So it's like random like acquaintances here and there. And then you just ghost them because like, you know that the conversation doesn't work anymore. How would you feel like in that position? Especially if you ghost a person, knowing that, the conversation is just not going right. You just ghost the person.
I don't mind that.
I really don't mind that, honestly. Wow.
I'm not the one being ghosted anyways.
I'm sure that you're also feeling like this before in the past, right?
Yeah.
Even for myself, like I do get ghosted.
Yeah.
Back the days when I was using dating apps.
Tinder.
Yes, Tinder. So when you're using applications like this, wow, the ghosting culture is strong. It's like it's a free one. Just keep using only. It's like they don't like you. Suddenly the next day you wake up, how come the person not in your chat anymore?
Oh, you don't look like what I like. You don't have abs.
I only have one app.
Oh no. Probably there will be this other reason.
Oh, because you face problem.
Oh, oof! Wow, that's wow, that hurts a lot. That hurts a lot. But like I said just now, yeah, it hurts a lot, especially
Yes.
being at the other end of ghosting. I think for me, when I approach ghosting, right, I would try my best to be as honest as I can. But if I know that it's coming to the point that where it's endangering my life, that's where I would say ghosting itself, or in other situations, ghosting itself can be applicable, and I don't think for myself or anybody out there needs to feel bad. But of course, if the person is nice, you ghost the person, that's not nice, right? Come on. I'm pretty sure like you would the karma lah, honestly. Not
Yeah.
nice lah.
Yeah.
Not
You
nice.
definitely get what you did. But you mentioned something about endangering your life. How does it endanger your life?
Okay, maybe not as for myself, but maybe like for other individuals out there where like the person is stalking, cyber stalking, of that, then maybe ghosting.
Oh, sounds like me. Okay, never
Should I run away now? Hey, I'm gonna see you really soon, within the next 2 months. Then you tell me this.
Cyber stalking.
Cyber stalking and stalking very scary also,
Well, have you experienced being stalked before?
I mean, okay, the thing is that I don't mind if you're telling me that you're stalking. I'm okay. But if you're stalking me behind my back and I suddenly know about it, I'm like, I don't know how to react lah. But if it's like, if for example, like you want to get to know me better, and then you ask me questions and everything, I say, oh, if you want to stalk me, please go ahead. I have all the information out there in my social media accounts. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask me about this, about that. I am okay. Like, I give you permission, go ahead. Nothing wrong with it. But then again, like everything on social media itself, it's already out there. So it's like, do I need to give you permission or not? You're gonna stalk me anyway, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, I think it's a courtesy thing, like, as you let me know that you're checking me out.
I have a very, very short story of me being a gargoyle, just staring at people. So there was this time, one period of time where I was working at a F&B place. And just that location that I was at, when I was free, I was able to walk around the area outside and I can see other friends. Sometimes I'll see friends or other strangers pass by. I'll just look down and then I'll see them and I'll drop them a text. Hey, are you having class at this timing? Oh, you're done with classes, is it? You're heading out for lunch, is it?
Yeah, people just get very freaked out, right?
Yes.
Then
And,
they'll reply you in caps. How do you know?
oh, well. I remember one thing. Because I take the public transport in KL. So there was this one time I reached a location. I asked a friend where was he. So after a few minutes, I just decided to check on this friend. Oh, you've reached this station, was it? I did this a few times to this friend. Then the friend was like, "Wait, where are you? Are you around? Stop it! Stop what you're doing."
Don't follow me. I have no money.
Yeah, I was waiting for that friend actually. Just that friend was slightly later than me, so I know the timing and all. So I just put in my predictions.
So you happen to have a crystal ball with you lah.
Yes.
I mean, you just happen to be traveling around the same destination, so it's not so bad, ma.
I know like the routes and I just take a rough estimation of, hey, 5 minutes have passed. You might have passed by 2 stations. You're here, are you?
You are as accurate as a GPS.
The number you have dialed is unavailable. Ghost.
Okay, I have one last question before we go into a quick break. This is a very interesting problem because I think I have a friend who recently got into this problem before. If you randomly receive a free delivery of something that you always wanted, would you keep it or return it?
I'll just keep it. It's mine.
So what if it's a bomb?
If it's a bomb, then I die.
So, okay.
Hey,
maybe-
no. If it's something that I want and it's a bomb,
Then you want a bomb also.
okay, I think I'll get banned on YouTube or something.
Okay. Maybe we'll break down this simply. So let's just say that you wanted a very nice headphones. Just nice, right? Today, somebody actually gave you a headphone. But it's not your friends, it's not your acquaintances, not your parents, not your siblings, nothing related to you. Somebody probably put the wrong address and it's put onto yours.
But then supposedly if deliveries they will have the like address or to whom, right?
Now, let me pose this problem to you then. You can't reach the person. You can't reach the delivery service. So would you still try to ask about it or will you keep the product itself?
This is based on the assumption that there are no labels to say that, oh, this is for you.
There's a very plain box.
I'll keep it.
Wow.
It's a blessing from heaven.
It's a blessing from God. You did something well this week.
I'm like, oh my goodness. But yeah, I'll keep it unless like someone says like, oh, this should be mine. I've lost it. Okay, sure, fine. Take it. I'll have it first. It's at my doorstep. What do you expect?
I think for me is that I would keep it for about maybe 1-2 weeks first. I wouldn't open it immediately.
What if it's a bomb? You asked me the question already.
Yeah, you see, I was so scared. Okay, because I've been watching a lot of all those weird YouTube videos where, anything out there can be a spy cam. It can be anything weird out there also.
Oh. Which reminds me, I think I saw some videos of people they receive parcels from really nasty people. They put in like bodies of animals, that just means that the animals are not alive anymore, or dung inside the boxes. So the moment you receive it, oh my goodness, what on earth is that smell?
Oh my goodness.
Mm.
But then again, that's not something that you wanted. Unless you want that, then I mean, like, sure. What are you gonna do with it then?
Set it on fire. Purify it with fire.
Oh man. Okay lah, but I think, like I said, I have somebody that who experienced this. She actually received something, but it's not what she wanted, of course. It's some random, like, I forgotten what was it especially. So maybe you just say like, okay, maybe handphone case. She randomly received a handphone case out of nowhere. She actually tried to contact like her friends, like her people around her, whether like is she expecting something from somebody, but nobody replied to her.
Is she expecting a baby? Oh wait, no.
Hey, wait, that one too much. That one, you think what the what is it called? The bird.
the crane. The crane fly over and then like put that
And drop-
carry
drop-
a baby with inside the bag. Right.
Hi. Bye.
No, it doesn't work this way. But she received something and she checked with her circle of people and she realized that nobody is actually sending her anything. And she actually checked with the delivery service. I believe the conclusion was that they're able to check it on their end. It was actually the wrong delivery address. I wasn't too sure what was the conclusion at the end of the day, like whether she had to really return or not. But the last I read was that she actually did, if I recall correctly. But by then, it's like when you go through all this hustle, right? And all this, like, returning, checking with people here and there, the person who is actually wanting that delivery probably got too pissed off already.
Yep.
It's again like a dilemma itself. Like, as a person who maybe got the parcel or who got the product missing, right? Will you chase after the seller?
Yes. I paid for it.
Okay, interesting. Because if it's, okay, for me is that, right, if it's something very cheap, like maybe like a $5, $10 kind of thing, I probably won't pursue it. I'm like, whatever lah. But if it's something really expensive, then I'll definitely pursue this. Because if it's too cheap, I'm like, probably just another bad day or something.
Mm.
Yeah, I'll just say that, or maybe this thing was lost. If it comes back to me, then sure. If it doesn't come back to me, I'm like, whatever lah. Because I don't exactly trust all this delivery service a lot. Because there was one time I actually sent out a postcard to a person. And then I contacted the person saying that, oh, I have a postcard coming to your way very soon. But she told me that, hey, my mailbox is being deactivated already. And when I called up the postal service about it, saying that, hey, I have a postcard coming in to this mailbox, but I recently learned that this person has deactivated it recently. Is there a way that I can get back the postcard? Or can I get this postcard directly to the person? I'm pretty sure that as a postal service, you definitely have the person's address, so you can probably directly reach her. You know what the delivery service people say? I was so pissed when they say this. They say, it's not possible. It doesn't work this way. And if you want to retrieve the postcard back, you have to pay like $10 something. So it just makes no sense to pay so much for that little postcard. And that's why I'm like, I just give up lah. I'm not gonna pay that $10 to retrieve and to resend again. It's such a hassle to do it.
It's a waste of effort.
If I end up losing that $5, right, or it's missing somewhere else here and there, I won't exactly pursue it because it's like the kind of hassle, right, and kind of time wasted to retrieve something like this. It's just too much. For example, like I bought a new camera. Those kind I will definitely pursue. Because it's like, hello, so much of my money. Where is it? Going to some void or something? But in this case, like when you receive a free delivery or something, right? I think, like I said, I will probably just keep it one side first until somebody really comes and to really collect. Because you already have my address,
Yep.
So if it's delivered to my address, then you claim to say that, oh, this is my parcel, then yeah, I'll just give it to you lah. Now, let's take a little quick break, a Kopi break here. After that, we'll answer like really difficult questions. The questions that I would say will explode your brain.
Sure.
Will give you a lot of chaos.
Sure.
Okay. Let's take a quick break and I'll see you later on. Welcome back, everybody, to the second part of the episode where we are talking about dilemmas. In the previous part, we were talking about the easy questions where we talked a lot about the dilemmas that you either potentially face or already have faced in our lives already. So now this is the harder questions where I would say that, whether you will experience them or not, it's another question to talk about, but it's something interesting to really ponder about and maybe to discuss in this episode. So let's start off with the more easier hard questions, which is, do you think parents should monitor children's social media? And do you think like there should be an age restriction? If so, what age?
I think yes. For children, this is on the basis of children first. There needs to be some form of supervision, at least to help the parents tell the children that, hey, do you know that this is not right? Or do you know that you shouldn't be doing this? Or, hey, I see that you are good friends with this so and so and all. You can come to the point of encouraging the children on like, hey, you can go and play with your friends, things like that. Can have the opposite direction to discourage children from doing certain things like, hey, you shouldn't be talking like that. It's nasty. People wouldn't like it. And then the age limit, I would think it's better for it to be below 10 because 10 and above people, although children, that time they'll become like pre-teens and then teenagers. Communication is still important, just that you don't need to stick to whatever they are doing. It could end up as a total control for the children, and then when it rebounds, the children or the teenagers that time will just go too rebellious.
That's not a good thing, lah, of course. Then how about yourself? When do you start using social media? And were your parents strict about it? Do you have freedom?
Oh, I started using social media since I was 12.
Wow.
For one thing, I don't know if the listeners will know of this particular game on Facebook.
Is it Pet Society?
Yes, that's the first game I actually played when I was on Facebook. That time I was still aged 12. That was the first thing I got into. And parental supervision, no, they don't check on what I would do on social media, things like that. It would be good if parents would be able to communicate more with the children instead of, oh, what are you doing? Are you doing good things? Are you doing bad things? Like, I'm eyeing on you.
So you think that there should be some sort of supervision, lah?
Not supervision. Better not to have strict supervision. Yes, you can supervise. You can have parental guidance. That's why we have all these like PG-13, PG-18, things like that. Parental guidance, because communication, that one is more necessary.
Wow. Okay, I see where you're coming from. So basically, there should be some sort of level of communication between the parents and the children. But they shouldn't join too early because there could be potential dangers inside. I think for me is that parents shouldn't monitor too much. You have to understand that as a young kid, what we always crave for is freedom. So we always like freedom from parents and all of that. And I'm not too sure what's the current state of kids. Like, what would they use for freedom? So for us, it's like social media back then. But maybe for kids right now, it could be a different story by itself. But because right now, kids these days, they are so grown up to social media. They're so grown up to like games. They're so grown up to technology. So they may not really understand the fun that we have back then. And for our generation, the generation before that may not understand the fun that we have for what we experienced back then. So it's like no matter how we evolve as humans, right, in the future, there's always some sort of like supervision that we have to control. So for example, right now, right, with the current metaverse, right?
That one is the Facebook company, right?
Yeah, the Facebook company.
Okay.
Yeah, but the metaverse, right? So that could be the future for the kids. But for us, it's like, what the hell is this?
What on earth? I haven't even been on social media for I don't know whatever.
Correct. So it's like even for me, like I'm not onto social media too much anymore, even though what I'm doing at work requires me to be on social media. I can swear to you that probably some kid out there probably knows more social media than me. For example, like I'm more into TikTok. Yes, TikTok is one of them. I'm like, what the hell is TikTok? And I tried downloading TikTok. I'm like, what is this?
Twing?
Yeah, so I'm like, what is TikTok? Is TikTok like Vine?
Oh, similar.
Yeah.
It's similar.
Yeah,
Similar.
it's similar, but it's
Just a
different.
different
Yeah.
packaging.
Different packaging. I think there should be some sort of monitoring, especially because as kids go more into social media, yes, there's some sort of freedom because they can do whatever they want to do and they can be, it's a way for them to express their creativity. That's for sure. Nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
But because in social media, you're hiding behind the screens. So you may not know who is real, who is fake. And children may not be able to tell it instantly. They may think, oh, because I talked to my friend and it's really my friend. What if it's a fake account posing as a friend?
我觉得他是好人。I think that he is a good person.
So that's why some sort of monitoring is ideal lah. And for me, I think anywhere below 12 shouldn't be in social media. Because I think for me is that I was also on social media at around 12 or 13 years old.
Okay lah, we pass. We pass.
We passed the level. We passed the level. Same as like for phones. I also got my first phone around that age also.
Mine was like what? Okay lah, also around that age.
Yeah,
11,
around
12.
that age. See, when Facebook became a thing, Restaurant City, Pet Society, all that basically all come in, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because I love playing games, and the fact that I can play games with friends entices me a lot. I couldn't play any like high intensity games. So all these like kiddish games, I actually love it the most. I love playing casual games a lot.
Candy Crush.
That's different. But yeah, so I like playing all these kind of social games. So that's why like, as a kid, when I got into social media, I was so excited. And then now, right, when I was trying to declutter my social media and I look all my old social media posts, I'm like, what the hell was I doing back then? All the cringy posts and everything. So that's why it's important to have parents to really monitor children so they don't regret in the future. What have I been posting?
Definitely, you need someone to guide you, to monitor you.
Okay, let's get into another interesting question here. Okay, let's imagine this scenario where you're in a wedding. So I think you went to a wedding recently, right? You're wearing a nice suit. I remember seeing a picture of you
last month.
last month. Okay.
Yeah, I think to be exact, should be 35 days ago.
You know how like wedding there's always the vows being taken and everything, right? So they have to do the vows before they are being announced as husband and wife. Before the vows, right, you actually discovered that either the bride or the groom actually cheated in their relationship or probably currently cheating. Would you call them out during the wedding or will you let the wedding go on?
Wow. I've seen videos of people calling out the person they got married to.
Wait, is it real life or the movie one?
Real life. Wow. Videos of people they call out the bride or the groom on that day itself straight away. Oh, we have a video to show you. Then suddenly the video that showed was like, oh, this person was kissing another fella.
Oh, that is scandalous, you know. Oh, like movie plot that one.
Yeah, it's like a movie plot. But I think a lot of people are going towards if you want to do it to me, I will do worse to you kind of the revenge kind of setting. But to me, I just want to settle it like peacefully.
So you rather like tell the couple after that or before that?
Meaning I'll only know during the wedding that one of them cheated.
Yeah.
Something like that. Okay, I'll let everything go through smoothly. And then I'll go under the table. Yeah, some people call it under table. So I'll rather do that because if not, I would be publicly shaming. Though public shaming is necessary at times, it is not a good time to do public shaming during a wedding itself. So my view is that I'll just approach to the person that cheated first. The first one is the person that cheated. Then to like, hey, you shouldn't be doing all these things. Then afterwards, if it still prolongs for a period of time, okay, I have no choice. Probably I'll make a second attempt. After that, I'll just go straight to the other one that was
Okay, the other
in a
party
certain,
lah.
yeah, the partner.
Oh, so basically you won't choose chaos lah for this one.
For this one, I won't lah, huh? If I were to choose chaos, you don't know, you won't know whether you get hated for the rest of your life.
It's tough because you're dealing with somebody's life,
Yeah,
and the amount of effort they have gone through just to have the wedding and to have that legal status of being married. I think this is a problem that we are going to face. I mean, not saying that any of your friends will have anybody cheating out there, but because we do have friends around our age is getting married. So it's like, what if you suddenly stumble this truth that somebody has been cheating? Like, will you feel bad? Will you say something or will you not say something? So I think for me is that I would probably say something, but I will do it in your way also. I don't think I will have the balls to say it in front of everybody. I know some people may do that. I know whoever does that, yes, you may know the consequences, but you rather like do it before they actually got married. Because getting
Yeah.
divorced is a different story now.
yep.
And getting divorced is expensive too, you know.
Yes.
So I think regardless of whatever direction you take, right, honestly, it's either not good for you or not good for them. You just choose one.
Choose your poison.
I have really two very tough questions. If your partner and mother are drowning and you can only save one, who will you save?
The question that you always hear in those Chinese dramas.
Yeah, all this Chinese drama, like people say, you choose me or you choose your wife.
如果你的妈妈还有我掉进水里了，你会救谁？
Well, this is a little bit tough.
I don't want to put you on the spot, but I think who will you value more, I think. That's what I'll ask you, yeah.
I would take on the consideration of survivability more, because survivability, like whoever is longer in the water, if they can survive the longer, then never mind, I save the one who drowned faster.
Interesting. So you take into the context of the accident lah.
Yeah. Anyhow, you have to choose one, you try to save as much as possible by reducing the rate of them passing on lah.
And to be honest, right, anybody in that situation, it's not easy to make that decision.
Yep.
If you save anybody, right, if you save your mother, your partner's going to hate you for your life.
Yeah.
If you save your partner, your mother's going to hate you for your life. Either way, you're going to feel bad for your life. It's just that what will you feel less guilty of?
But I think at the same time, both of them need to know the context. Like, hey, if anything were to happen to both of you at the same time, and I have to choose one, I might not be able to satisfy both people, and I'll just go with whoever I can save first or whoever requires the saving more first. Yeah, this is my context, and this is something that I would need to bring it up to both parties.
Hello, they're drowning. How to tell them properly?
Before, hello. I said before, way before they were to happen anything. The moment like they ever meet together, the moment get married already. Okay, mom and wife, FYI, if things like this were to happen, this is my solution.
For me, I would choose whoever I value most lah. Because in that instant, it's very hard to make that decision. Regardless, I love my mom more or I love my partner more. It's very hard. It's, for example, like I'm not sure if you know about this problem called the trolley problem. Yeah, on the train tracks, and there's a lever. If you pull the lever, the train will end up killing one person. If you don't do anything, right, then the train will end up killing 5 people. So it's like, who will you choose? Obvious that you would choose the one person because you end up saving more people. But there was a YouTube video that I was looking at. It's by Vsauce, by the way. They did the experiment and they realized that even if it's logical to save 5 people over one person, right, people just end up being frozen
Yes.
because they don't know how to react.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not because they didn't know how to control the level, but it's because they think that in that situation, you are conflicted by all of these morals. How do you place people's lives? Because you're talking about people's lives, like life and death now. And life and death is something that it's very, very hard to control.
Yeah, when people's lives are at stake, then
Well,
That's where you have to choose either chaos or chaos, basically. Maybe just for one thought experiment, we can talk about North Korea. I know it's very, very sudden to talk about that, but I'm sure you heard about people in North Korea trying to escape from the country to become fugitives and they want to like basically escape the suffering and everything. I think my question to you is that in that situation, would you rather face possible death while escaping, or would you rather suffer for the rest of your life? Okay, to give you some context of this, right, is that attempt to escape, right?
There is a potential chance of me being brought back into the country and then receiving even worse punishment.
Correct. And also, like, I was doing a bit of research on this. I may be wrong, so don't add me on this. That your family, like down the generations, right? I think 3 generations or something, may get like the same suffering also because of you trying to escape. So that's why like people may say, oh, I escape lah, I die means I die lor. But you have to remember that if you choose to escape and you're being caught escaping, or somebody know that you escaped, somebody in your family back in the country will suffer. So I think this is one thing that people forget when I ask this question to people.
I think I would rather have to escape, because escaping it's to pursue something that is better, instead of just being there and then, oh, I'm stuck here for the rest of my life. There will not be any potential change for the future of myself and the future generations, the coming generations. I would rather just go ahead and escape. If not, I'll just live as a robot my whole life.
Yeah, that's true. Like I think even for my case, if I were to live my life dangerously for once, I would rather do that, honestly. I would choose the high road. I would rather escape, honestly, because I think nobody wants to suffer for the rest of their lives. And yes, in that sense, you are being selfish. Do you honestly think that you are able to go through that for the rest of your life? I want to deal with this topic delicately because I've seen many YouTube videos on like people who escaped from North Korea, and they actually talked about this subject here and there.
Yeah.
And I think it's admirable for them to really come out and to talk about their experiences and probably face danger by doing that.
Yes.
But again, this is something that is a very extreme case of dilemma that they had to face. That's why I put out this question, not to really make the podcast heavy, but to also to illustrate that there is 2 spectrums of dilemmas. There's the easy one, which is like, yes, would you rather snooze for 5 minutes when you wake up or not? Then to versus like, would you rather choose death or suffering for the rest of your life? Basically, there's so many kinds of dilemmas, and I think this is a very small chunk of I probably have come up with. And in the future, I might revisit this. I mean, there's so much chaos to be revisited. I read there's so much more questions, but we have so much of this time that we have for today. And I don't want to drag this episode for too long because I know it's been going on for too long already.
2 episode. Cut.
Yeah, but Nick, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I actually definitely got to learn more about you today. You definitely always choose chaos if you can.
If possible.
No, but I think you still have a
Rationale.
You still have some rationale and these are what you want to do, and still have a heart honestly. I think at the end of the day, dilemmas is not easy. But I tell you what, it's easy. Is to shout out what you want to shout out. So, Nicholas, do you have anything you want to shout out today?
Oh my goodness. Social medias. Okay, sure, fine. I have 2 accounts, just that none of them are like very, very, very active. To say, I'm trying to keep up with my human life. The normal human life. I don't have any TikTok. I don't have any Snapchat.
I mean, Instagram will be fine. You can promote everything you want, but I think Instagram is a good starting ground.
Can. Instagram, the first one is at NICOLA_DING2.
So Nicola Ding 2.
That's my personal one. It's an open account. I have another account that I use to post up art, just that I haven't been drawing recently. So that account is at NIKKU_KORA. Nikokora,
yes, correct.
Yes.
Nikokora. So feel free to follow Nicholas in both of his personal and as well as his art accounts. And if you have any questions about this episode, feel free to reach out to us, and we would love to answer any questions. And to the takeaway table server, this is the both of us, and I'm very happy to have like the both of us talking about this matter in this episode. So Yes, his signature meow. Yes, correct. So any of the takeaway table people listening to this will probably recognize that. So anyway, I think that's that. Thank you so much for watching this episode of the Lim Kopi podcast. And he's doing his weird expression thing again. But okay, thank you so much for watching this episode of the Lim Kopi podcast. Thanks, Nicholas, for coming by. Hope you enjoyed yourself.
Thank you for inviting me.
Okay, I will see you in the next 2 months' time in person.
Yeah.
Coming over to KL to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, my name is Kok Hao and his name is Nicholas, and we will see you all in the next episode. Bye, guys.
Bye.